So Clickbait, guys, is going to be my very first TV show review, and I just want to talk about it with you guys. As you probably know, after my Malignant movie review, my reviews are usually, for the most part, different from what other people are doing as far as reviews are concerned. I like just having a real conversation, unedited conversation with you guys, and I love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. And many times I kind of jump all over the place when it comes to a review, whether we're talking a movie, in this case, a TV show. So bear with me as I'm kind of bouncing around, but we're going to be talking about Clickbait, season 1 of the show. It's a limited mini-series that has 8 episodes up to this point in time that was released by Netflix. Clickbait, guys, it's a American-Australian drama streaming television miniseries created by Tony Aries and Christian White. Clickbait explores the ways dangerous and uncontrolled impulses are fueled in the age of social media and reveals the ever-widening fractures between virtual and real-life personas. It is set in Oakland, California, but was mostly filmed in Melbourne, Australia. So let's talk about this show, guys. Overall, from the very get-go, I kind of got hooked on this show. There were moments in time throughout the course of these episodes. Every once in a while, there would be an episode that would come up that really kind of, I guess the best word to use was it kind of gave me reminders, or it kind of had a reminiscence of shows I've seen in the past, right? CSI, Law and Order. I specifically kind of got this feeling from the episode, it was called The Wife, and it was based around the wife in the show, and each episode, they're kind of positioned or really focused on one individual in each episode of Clickbait. And I gotta tell you though, that this show overall, minus a couple of episodes that felt a little bit cliche or kind of felt like they were taking things from other shows, whether that being like CSI, Law and Order, things of that nature, overall, it really kind of did stand on its own, and I absolutely love that. And one thing that I'm really excited about, guys, is the future here of Clickbait. I think that this is a show that is certainly getting a lot of buzz, a lot of popularity up to this point in time. I think that they definitely set up something pretty special here, because Netflix has spent so much money, guys, on creating original content, and a lot of the stuff that they're bringing out is not so good. Now, there's certainly some stuff that they're bringing out that's very good and people really enjoy. They're just building this massive library, and Clickbait being a part of that library, I think it's going to fit just perfectly in the segment of something that people are going to be talking about for a while. Will this be something like Ozark or Stranger Things that gets long, withstanding runs as far as from a franchise perspective? It's hard to tell. This was, it was, dubbed obviously a mini series, right? Or a limited series for Netflix. I'm wondering though if they're going to expand this into something bigger. Are they going to do spin-offs? What are they going to do here? There's also things about this show, guys, that remind me of Black Mirror from Netflix as well. Just kind of each episode's a little bit different, and obviously focused on a single individual, but you're kind of getting different segments of the story. And as you're uncovering more and more, we're not going to get into spoilers, guys, because I'm just giving you my initial thoughts on the show and what I kind of thought of the show as a whole up to this point in time, that being season 1. I've got to tell you that from an actor's perspective, I think acting was fantastic in this season. I thought acting was very well done. I loved all of when we're talking about the main cast, guys, Zoe Kazan, she played Pia. Betty Gabriel played Sophie Brewer. I just really think, guys, that there were a number of individuals that really stood out to me. I've got it, and that really comes to pretty much everybody in the show. I really thought that there wasn't necessarily like a weakest link when it came to the acting. The set pieces I thought were great, guys, and as you're kind of uncovering more and more of the story, it really was one of those shows that really draws you in, and that's what you want from especially the first season of any show that comes out. You really want to be drawn in and like captivated immediately. And I thought that Clickbait had that impact. After episode 1, you want to continue watching the show. And There are shows out there that don't do this. They take a little bit longer to build up. I'll give you an example like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, guys, many people love that show. For me, though, it took so long to build up, I felt, that I lost interest. Now, this is a show, though. These are the types of shows that really I love to watch because they hook you immediately. Stranger Things, Ozark, Clickbait now. These are shows that really hook me, and I get hooked after the very first episode. It's like, man, I want to learn more about this world, more about what's happening, and kind of uncover everything. And sure, guys, there's a lot of what I would consider at the end of Clickbait, without giving any spoilers away, there's a lot of ways that you could say, there's open-ended ordeals. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's totally closed off. Like they left, room to grow, room to continue this legacy, this show moving forward. And I think that was a really smart move by the creators, of course, Tony Aries and Christian White. I think it was really smart on their part to go ahead and kind of leave it somewhat open-ended. Not that they, had planned on making this a long withstanding series, but what they wanted to do was make this season the best it possibly could. And if they ever made another season, awesome. If not, they could feel satisfied with what they did. And so I think either way, I love the show, guys. I think it's great. I thought there were a lot of twists and turns as you're going throughout the season. And I love how each episode was focused on a different individual that had something to do with the story as a whole. And I got to tell you guys, I loved it. I loved season 1. I thought it was great. I thought that there was, a lot to take from it. Outside of all the cliches that I felt, a couple of episodes left us with some cliches from, other shows. And, I had kind of moments where I thought of CSI, where I thought of Law and Order. But overall, I thought that this was something pretty special. So I'm going to give it, guys, an 8 out of 10. It's a really good show, guys. Out of all the shows that you could watch on Netflix, I definitely recommend checking it out for sure. Sure, no show or movie is without flaws. It certainly has flaws at certain segments and certain points, whether you're talking cliches or certain, story elements that you might not think are the best. But I thought overall, from an overall story perspective, I thought it was fantastic. And it was, I'll be definitely looking forward to a second season should that come. It should already have, season 2 and 3 should be already greenlit by Netflix. But I'll keep you guys all posted and up to speed as more information comes out about that. But the real question is, what do you guys think about Clickbait as a show? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to have a real conversation with you guys. And for more Clickbait content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.